Now we're going to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Library board meeting in session today is July the 19th.
19.
And it's 6:40. 6:45?
6:38.
6:38. So we are starting the meeting at 6:38. We have some resolution. Roll call.
Roll call. Mayor Derek Armstead. Daniel Yamakai is here. Dr. Hazelton. Maria Kolish. She said she's going to be away. Rhoda Katowski.
She's sick.
Robert Ayers.
Here.
Dr. Marlena Bergheimer.
Yeah.
Susan Stanch.
Here.
Deborah Acevedo.
Here.
Ayana Bird. Peter Brown. Michelle Yamakaya, she's excused. She has a caucus meeting. And James McCarthy.
He's here.
I'm here.
Okay.
So I think that this is a special meeting tonight, that we're going to be going over several resolutions that we would like everyone to be aware of. I would like the library director to go over these resolutions because most of us are not familiar with them. And then we will take it from there.
We have 3 grants that are being worked on, and they all require resolutions from the board for it to continue. Resolution 2021-06, resolution to apply for SBCC Emergency Connectivity Funds Grant. This is a grant for approximately $40,000 to $50,000. It is for notebooks, tablets, and hotspots. It is specific to use for educational job skills. It is by honor, so we're not requiring, we can't require people to prove that this is why they're using the equipment, but it's an honor thing. Each item is not to be more than $400. So yes, we're currently looking for this one, which would give us items. And we got these laptops for a Gates grant a long time ago. They were all at the end of life. So this would be the next step to that.
Is that, is that a national leadership grant? Or which
That one is
specific
not.
grant is
That
that?
one is resolution to apply for FCC Emergency Connectivity Funds Grant,
All right, okay, and that grant you said is for 50,000?
up to 50,000.
Up to 50,000, and you said this is what you're gonna get for laptops and all the different stuff?
Notebooks, tablets, and hotspots.
How long have you guys been working in these grants?
For a while, since the last one, actually, since the last one we discussed.
Anybody have any questions regarding, I am surprised that any one of you guys were aware of these grants before today? Danny, were you?
No, but it's the discretion of the library director to go ahead and apply for grants, so.
No, I understand, but my whole thing is that, and I think grants are good, free money is always good. My just question is, you know, I find that we get a lot of these after the fact, you know, in the sense that, I don't know, I could be wrong, forgive me guys, I'm just learning myself. I just think that we should be kept informed with.
Yeah, well, I feel like, I think a lot of these grants popped up when they were
Well, that's
working
what
on the
I'm
last
asking,
grant,
if
so.
there
This
was
is it. This is from since the last meeting, so these.
Yeah,
have been
so
working
this
on
is,
since
all
the
these
last
3 are just 3 that just
meeting.
popped
We
up.
have been working on these for 6 months. It's been since the last time we did that.
All right, so this is just popped up since our last meeting.
Yeah, when they
But
were,
that's, yeah,
I'm
that makes
guessing they worked
sense.
with the guy that wrote the last grant for us.
Yeah, but that
He
makes sense.
recommended
I
these
just didn't
grants.
know, yes.
But I believe the FCC one is great because we need update in our technology department, I believe.
All grants are great.
Yeah.
All three make sense.
What's the next one?
Next one, 2020-107, resolution to apply for IMLS National Leadership Grants for Libraries. This one I can tell you the least about. Step one is they give you a planning session, so they give you up to $50,000, and then you'd have to actually get that part, and then you might get the second part. So it's a lot of steps. National Leadership Grants for Libraries program. Overview of the National Leadership Grants for Libraries program supports projects that address critical needs of the library and its archives field and have the potential to advance practice in these professions to strengthen library and archival services for the American public. Successful proposals will generate results such as new models and tools, research findings, services, practices, and alliances that can be widely used, adapted, scaled, or replicated to extend and leverage the benefits of federal investment. So this has not been, this is the furthest one off. This is not due until the end of September. But since it does require a resolution, we're asking for that resolution to be passed.
Yeah, that's another question.
Of course.
Regarding these grants again, is money, these are grants, are there money already appropriated for some of these services that will free up money to do other things, or is this?
Well, certainly the ones for the technology, these are things we could offer, and if we can get it from a grant, we don't have to pay for it.
But is it allocated already? This money, has it been allocated for
No,
technology?
No.
So if we do not get these grants, it means that money has not been, there is no money appropriated for new technology?
Not for this technology.
We have it for other.
We just bought a lot of computers last year, so we.
So this is just icing on the cake.
Yes. Third one, resolution to apply for the Office of Population Health, New Jersey Health Equity Response to COVID-19. This is probably the most difficult to get. This is only 6 grants, $100,000 each. 2 per region, New Jersey, so North New Jersey, Southern New Jersey, and Central New Jersey, which is us. Various health aspects, programs to encourage vaccinations, health and demographic inequality. We would have literature, so we would have various flyers that we could offer at the first floor that really requires no staff, resources, also events and programs. We work on partnering with the Health Department of Linden and the other community groups. So that one would be August.
You have everything in place to get those things done. You have the grant writer and everything, putting everything in place.
Michael's writing a lot of those, right?
Michael is writing them all. Yes.
So at this point, just in order to go further, we would need these resolutions. And the board is okay with this.
Is this the first time we getting these grants?
We've
Any
never
of
gotten
these grants?
No, none of these grants. We've never gotten these grants before.
So we've never gotten them. Thank God for Michael, right?
So we'll do the resolution now then, I would assume? You want to do them all separately or just one at a
You
time?
could probably do them all together unless there's some contention. So unless there's someone wants something singled out, you could just do them all in one shot.
Everybody want to do them in one shot?
Anybody have any questions to ask regarding, or is there any understanding that we need to go over some more clarity before we, let's not just say free money is always good money, right? But my only concern is that, as I said, it's good money, but if there was a need, like for example, we have had COVID with us last year. Is there any money that has been applied to COVID education and stuff like that in our last budget?
No, we didn't do anything with that
Why not, if I may ask?
because the COVID money was for cleaning, security. We did get grants for that last year.
Oh, you did get
We
grants
did.
for it.
Education
How much did you
fund.
get? Do you
I don't
remember?
Do you remember? I don't remember offhand.
I thought it was 30,000 and then 5,000.
Sorry.
Brighton East Orange, Gene Stevenson.
Sorry, yes,
30,000 from the county and 5,000 from or 8,000, somewhere around there from the city,
And was that 2020 or 2021?
2020.
So we didn't have any money appropriated for this year for COVID.
No,
So this will give us a little boost then because we didn't appropriate.
well, no, we have to pay for 2020 supplies still. I mean, they're paid, but
Yeah, I mean, we certainly have money appropriate for COVID. It's not necessarily called COVID, but cleaning,
right,
things like that.
right.
Was that part of the CARES Act? That's what I thought.
It should be,
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2021-05, 2021-06, and 2021-07.
Second.
So resolution passed.
No, all in favor?
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Use your ca-
I'm hearing, you have to go on the audio, so speak up, everybody. It has to be recorded.
Aye.
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 Aye. Resolution passed. 3 resolutions, 3. Now, is it, Danny, is it you do this or me? As a secretary?
For what?
Well, we have other stuff on the agenda. The next item on the agenda is personnel.
You're the.
All right, okay. The next item on the agenda is approval of, for following positions. The director of the director or the board president told me that she would like us to table these positions until she is back to make the decision. She doesn't want me to be making these decisions.
Well, we were having this meeting to approve this, so.
Huh? I know, but she says she wants to wait, so, I have to follow. I am just vice president today and I'm following the move of the president who told me to wait.
Did she give you a reason why she wanted to wait? I thought she would be well aware.
The reason we had this meeting was for this.
I understand, but she said she wants to wait. She wanted to be here, but she got very sick. So I am here right now, but she said she wants to wait.
She had this.
I understand, but she
Okay.
said she wants to
All right.
wait.
I mean, we're a board, not a dictatorship, so.
We are not a dictatorship, but the president said she would like to table it until she is back to make decisions.
So then we have to wait till September and
So we do that.
But that's a long time to wait.
Listen,
He
bottom
needs
line
people.
is, I understand what you guys saying, but right now COVID is kicking up as it is. So everybody's going back indoors and not coming out. So it's not to say that we are in a situation right now where, everything is blowing up. In fact, everything is going back the way it was last year this time. So again, I would like to be able to approve this decision, but this is what I was told to do today, and this is what I want to follow. I know we're not a dictatorship, but I want to follow the advice of my director.
We do have a quorum though, right?
yeah. I mean, what do you guys feel? You're both on, one's on personnel.
She had this
I
last
mean,
week.
we had the special meeting, so we could bring this up
Yeah.
at this special meeting.
So I understand she's sick, but the reason we had specifically wasn't for these grants, it's for these personnel issues, so. I mean, she could have,
Waiting 2 more months, I mean,
yeah,
is,
Well, the meeting was supposed to be last week, so
Yeah.
she's had all this to
Yes.
make her decision.
yeah. I'm not gonna make a motion to table, motion to approve. If you wanna make a motion to table, we're probably gonna.
we'll vote on it if you want to do that, see if you can carry the
Well, how
vote.
many do we need to carry?
Well, you would need 3 people,
3 people to carry?
right?
Again, I really think we should respect the wishes of our president.
One, yes, the attorney, since
Yes.
he's on the line.
I
Mike?
really believe,
The board has certainly had a lively and fruitful discussion about this. The president has made a request, which the acting president has voiced. The board certainly may listen to that out of respect for the president. But the board, as it was correctly stated, can make its own decision without the president being there. That's why we have a quorum and an acting president tonight. So if the board is inclined to make a motion to approve the positions, that's fine. If the board is inclined to make a motion to carry it or table it till the next meeting, that's fine too.
Well, what you could do, I would assume then, is make a motion,
To
if that's, if you
table.
want to do it.
I want
You
to
make a motion to table it, and we'll vote on it, you know?
I make a motion to table until our next meeting. As I said, and my basis is the fact that the COVID is kicking up. So we're not gonna have as many people in the library that we had
If we
foreseen.
go by person or
Pardon me?
Yeah.
go by person,
You need a roll call vote.
We need a roll call.
Okay, roll call. I make a motion to table. You want a roll call?
You actually need a second for the motion?
Yeah, who's
I'll
second?
second it,
Okay,
just for the sake of seconding it.
yes.
so for me, no. Mr. Ayers,
No,
Mrs. Stanch,
No.
Ms. Acevedo. Dr. Bergheimer,
When is it? I want to table it.
you're outvoted.
Huh?
Motion fails.
you lost 4-1.
I'll make a motion to approve the posting of following the positions of programming library, cataloging library, clerical positions and page. Need a second?
I'll second it. Well, first of all, do you think you want to, does anybody want discussion about that?
If you're doing that, I need specifics, because
Okay,
the president indicated 4 part-time clerical positions. That's the last I talked to her, so if whatever you're doing, I need specifics, what we're asking for.
Dan, you were asking for, what, 2 part-time clerks to be promoted to full-time? Was that part of it?
yeah,
And what was the next thing?
I believe it was the programming library and the cataloging library.
You wanted to hire
Yes,
a cataloging library, would that be correct?
yeah.
Hire 2?
Do you want me to speak?
Why don't you speak? Yeah,
Yes, we were looking for.
just talk a little louder, Dennis.
I'm sorry, we were looking for a cataloging librarian, a programming librarian, catalog librarian was my priority. Clerical positions, there was discussion of part-time, making part-timers into full-timers. There was discussion of doing, adding more full part-timers right now. My last conversation with President Katowski, she did ask that we hold off on making full-time clerks, and that we hire, we advertise for 4 part-time clerks. I agreed to that. And page position, the page is supposed to weigh the books.
Dennis, you're the director. What is it you actually need? I think so we're all clear I would,
This is
I
very,
need-
it's very different from what you told the personnel that you needed, so.
What we asked for was 6 part-time. What we need was 3 full-time equivalent clerks. So some variety of,
now you wanted to promote 2 part-time clerks that we have now, correct, as full-time clerks?
yes,
And then you still wanted to hire 1 to 4 part-time clerks? Is that correct? You wanted to hire 1 programming librarian, 1 cataloging librarian, and 1 page? Is there, I miss anybody?
Personnel meeting.
Not all of that was discussed.
Okay, none of all those positions
So
was
if
discussed.
all this was not discussed, then why
We have all, we were, when we had our personal meeting was just to hire part-times to full-times. Now,
Yeah.
I'm hearing all these
No,
positions.
but he talked about the cataloging library.
Yeah, but we had agreed in
Yeah,
our
he
Talk
personnel
about the
meeting,
cataloging.
our personnel meeting, we had agreed that we're gonna be hiring part-timers full-time. That's what, all these positions, this is stuff had been agreed after the fact. I don't even hear, I am part of personnel, and some of the stuff is being discussed right now. I never heard until today.
no, that's not true. He
Most of the
he
stuff
asked
I've
me
heard.
what I needed, and I said, ideally, we needed 3 full-time equivalent. And we agreed at the end of it to make 2 clerks who are currently part-time into full-time.
The problem we
Yes.
have is that we should have had minutes of this meeting. Because I heard we had part-time people, and the part-time people, if we did not hire them full-time, because there is a problem, if they work part-time for a certain length of time, they must be converted to full-time. And I was in a meeting, and that was one of the emphasis we had. We never discussed hiring 6 people at a meeting.
That's actually not true. We didn't say anything about they have to be full-time. We never said that.
We never spoke about hiring 6 people.
I said.
What
3
we agreed to was the 2
I
part-time,
said 3, I
full-time,
said,
but the president made a big deal about us doing that, and now
Yes.
he's making a concession to hire 6 part-time.
I said 3 full-time equivalent. That's what I said we needed, 3 full-time equivalent. So that's either 3 full-timers or 2 full-timers and 2 part-timers. 1 full-timer and 4 part-timers.
So why didn't you, as you said,
Did.
why didn't you after our meeting, or somebody, I am guilty of it myself, but this should have been placed in an email as a confirmation, because right now, I remember making part-timers full-time. I don't.
And we
remember
agreed to
this.
that. I'm not denying that's what we agreed to. I said, when we went into the meeting, that's what I said we ideally needed.
Mhm.
This is not new. I said, this is what we ideally needed. If you gave me what I wanted, this is what I ideally needed. That was not, the end of the meeting was an agreement that we would do 2 part-timers to full-time
Yes,
and possibly something beyond that afterwards.
we had agreed that I remember you had said that I think we had a librarian or somebody who had left or whatever, and we were considering hiring another librarian. And I specifically said that our librarian should be either bilingual or Black. This is another thing I brought up in the meeting specifically, because I think I said that our librarian or people we hire should reflect our demographics. And and you mentioned that it is, we can't look at it that way, because a librarian have to have certain type of skill set.
Yes, they have to
Yes.
agree.
Yes, they have to be able to have the skill set and the qualification. So we cannot focus on whether they're Hispanic or whether they're Black. They have to have the qualification. Will you remember that? So we discussed hiring 2 part-time, full-time, and a librarian. That is what our meeting was about.
Yeah, that's what,
Yes. Now I am sitting here and I am being asked to approve 6 positions.
Well, we don't have to approve 6 positions.
Well,
I was
This is
asked-
what we're voting.
I was asked by Mr. Ayers what we needed, and I said we needed, at the personnel committee, we needed 3 full-time equivalent. I'm not telling you to hire. I even said that the president asked that we only hire 4 part-timers, and I agreed to that. This is exactly what I said. You can listen to the tape afterwards. So I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you, but if he's asking me what we truly need, I'm gonna answer that question. I'm not gonna tell you, we don't need these people. I didn't tell you to hire them. He's asking me what we absolutely need.
What did the personnel committee,
Well, we called the meeting because we wanted to make sure that the library could work at full capacity.
right?
So that's what the idea was. And could you work at full capacity with 4 part-timers?
I can make do. I can make do.
Because we need to specify, right, Dennis, to,
If I'm recruiting 1 clerical position, I need to put that. If I'm
Right.
hiring 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, I need to know that.
again, Dan, would you say that 2 part-time clerks should be promoted to full-time?
Yeah,
Is that,
and then
is that the consensus of the
That was the consensus of the.
personnel
Personnel.
committee?
This was at the
But we
personnel.
also had, during that meeting, we also asked, the director to do, an observation of the part-time people to let us know, to let us see, because no observation was done on employees. One of the things I specifically asked is.
That's a whole different topic. We need
No,
to.
but the point is, we had asked for that as well. You said that you're bringing people part-time to full-time. So we said we wanted observations to be done. This is another thing we had asked.
From my notes of our personnel meeting,
Okay.
we were doing 2 part-time to full-time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
We're all
said
agree- we're all
we
agreed
needed
on that
at
part.
least
Yes.
1 librarian
Yeah,
and
the
need 3
cataloging
full-time equivalents. That's what I have in my notes from when this was discussed before. Now, if we want to hold on doing the 2 part-time to
and that
full-time,
brings you to 6, right?
then just
Right.
do the 4 part-timers.
Well, you would
Correct,
have to
Dennis?
promote
Is
the
that what
2
you're saying?
part-timers to full-time and then hire at least 2 part-time clerks to get your quotes 3. And then one catalog librarian, 1 programming librarian, 1 page. That's correct. That's what we're kind of looking for right now, Dennis? Is that what your notes say? Is that, I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
when we left the meeting, I didn't think we were considering a catalog librarian, but
is it
from talking to
is
Dorota, it sounded
personnel
like-
director, committee president, are you,
I thought he was going to promote 2 part-time to full-time and advertise for a cataloging librarian.
That's
Yeah, that
we
was
left
my
the meeting
understanding.
stating.
Is that
Yes.
we were
Okay,
gonna get
so-
1 new librarian or look for
One-
1 new
one-
librarian.
Yeah.
and-
one programming
advertise.
librarian, 1 catalog librarian, 2 more part-time clerks. What we're trying to do is put together a motion that's accurate. That's all I'm trying to see
Yeah.
here.
No, and I get
And
that.
the accurate, from what I gather, as I said, we were gonna get 2 part-times to full-time.
Mhm.
And we're gonna run an ad for a cataloging librarian. And it was agreed upon that before the part-time people become full-time, we would do an observation. Because no observation was done on no member of staff for several years. And I said that was one.
That wasn't the criteria. We just asked him to do the observations.
Well, in my thing, I think it was one of, you can't just be saying, bringing people from part-time to full-time without proper
Well, these
observations
part-time
and
people
stuff,
have been
yes.
here for a while, right, Dennis? Are they quality employees?
They're stellar,
They're, I mean, to me,
they're stellar employees.
Yeah, but then if that's the case, then it would have been so easy to do a great observation on them. They still
Again,
employees.
it's not
Yes.
it's not our obligation. No, it's the director's recommendation. We're only here to what the director does, not what the employees are doing. We can't, we
Listen,
can,
there is 2 different stuff, and you're totally right. What the director does, all right, it is his staff. Our job is He has a job to do, which is hire and put people in place. We are the board. I asked as the vice president of the board that an observation be done. I said, the reason why I wanted it to be done is because we have so many people, like I read this, okay? Why people leave, and it makes sense, and I liked it. People leave because of no benefits, people leave because of whatever. So I read this. This is one of the things that interests me.
Let me ask you a question if I may. May I?
Of course.
Dennis, these people have been here almost a year already.
Yes.
In your observation, in your
I don't know that we should be
estimation.
discussing this in open session anymore.
say,
I think we're going to specifics that we should not be continuing open session.
All right, so then let's end it.
Okay.
All right, let's end it. I totally agree. I just asked questions based on our meeting, and you're right. If you want, we could go to closed session and do it, or we could, if
We're
you.
going to close session anyway, so.
So we, yeah,
might as
so,
well do it.
so what do you guys want to do?
We have to go to closed session anyway. We'll discuss it in closed
Okay,
session.
all right, yes.
But we
So
gotta come to some
motion-
kind of decision tonight, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
Motion to
waiting till
close,
September
yes.
makes no sense.
Motion to go to closed session.
Well, you want to open up, right?
Oh, we were in
don't
closed
know.
session,
We need
right?
to go into executive session.
All right, so motion to go
What is
into
that?
executive session.
Second,
Oh, we were in it, right?
What is that exactly?
It's where they remove the public,
They close the doors.
Oh.
yes.
And it goes off the,
But we have to have somebody to second it.
I'll second it. So we're going into executive session with the second
so technically you
and
need a vote.
roll call.
Because we shouldn't be talking about personnel and stuff like that to the public. It needs to be done in private, yes.
No, you're gonna leave, right?
person by person
No, I don't think you need a roll
or
call.
vo-
You
voice?
can just, that's
Just
fine.
you want me to leave?
All in
Dennis?
favor?
Close.
Aye.
It's up to her. It's
Aye.
actually not up to me.
Do you want me to
Aye.
leave? I mean, I know all this stuff anyway.
Me, are you fine with me?
Okay,
It's up to you, yes.
I'm not speaking.
You need to close the door though. Doors, please.